Okay. We're back at it again.
Back at it again at the Nightmare Maze.
So, you might notice that my orb count is marginally higher than previously, because I wanted it to run as smoothly as possible. And, in doing that, I realized something. Streaming and screen mirroring has no impact on how, the game runs. It's just up to fate. Best guess that I have is because I was, like, the iPad had been on before last stream because I was testing it. Its, like, memory was filled or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so I went back through. I was not able to get... The game still didn't behave very well for Tails' challenges, but I did do a couple of those in the vain hope that I might get enough to get to Shadow. No. I need a lot more than that, and even with the bonus you get for doing all three, there's not much else to do with it. Anyway, regardless, I think we've still got enough content for a whole proper stream of this, because we've got sweet dreams that you do after you finish the adventure. So that's, I think, like 5 worlds, and we've got about...
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
Plenty of content.
Allotting for crashes and everything. Alright,
you only get 1 orb in this next level. It's very important.
Yes. No more orbs may be collected at all.
The amount of Eggman junk is getting overwhelming.
This is the dreamscape the Doctor wishes to manifest in the waking world.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. He'll establish Eggman Land and the Eggman Empire in one fell swoop. It'll be instantaneous. No one will be
Redundant.
able to stop him.
But he can't make that happen without REM's authority over the Reverie, right?
Right. REM is the key to everything. Without
Everything?
her, he's stuck. But he's clearly got a plan.
Everything.
Whatever it is, we won't let him win.
Alright. Hey, Dachi. Hey, Gomez. Oh, I just noticed that the building back there on the top right has Eggman's mustache on it, and it's like a...
Yup.
And then the spotlights on the roof are like goggles. It's great. Yeah, Eggman knows what he wants. He just wants to make his own theme park. And yet he's done it before and is not satisfied. My man is somehow simultaneously just as evil and also comically less evil than the Disney Corporation. I did mean to do one more orb before stream started, just so I started the stream with 69, but unfortunately my controller died before the iPad died.
Eggman Empire, our world, your future.
World Bowser would be pretty fun as a world in Odyssey, but I do also... So most of World Bowser's aesthetics... Ow. Most of World Bowser's aesthetics kind of get pumped into the overworld area. It's not actually all that... like, there aren't that many levels that really lay into that, that aesthetic, in the same way that the rest of the game does, but, you know. So, other things that I've done before, this stream started. Oh, that is, yeah, I've noticed a bit more, as I've been playing more. This game is generally really, pretty generous with the, excuse me? Can I not open my character swap menu on a conveyor belt? I guess not, because that counts as me moving.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, things that I've tried in the interim of this stream and last. I've experimented with getting this game to run on PC, and I was like, damn, there's so like it would have been so much easier if I found a way to like get it to work somehow, and then I found out that someone straight up just uploaded the game's files onto the Internet Archive, just in full, the whole game. You can download it right there. Problem is, you can't access that file unless you're using an Apple device, because it's an ISO file, which, not like an, yes, like it's an ISO in the sense that it's like the game ISO, like you might download from like Vim's Lair or something like that to emulate, but also in the sense that ISO is literally the name, like the file type that programs on every Apple device runs as, with no exception. So I even, oh, goodbye. So I was able to download the file, and it recognized it as an Apple ISO file, but the only thing that my computer would want to open it as, or open it with, would be fucking iTunes, and it's like, that's not what we want. And it wouldn't have done anything anyway. So it does require an Apple device to play, even if you don't have the, even if you get it to work without having an Apple Arcade subscription. So that's good to know in terms of like a preservation sense, I suppose, but like, I just, I don't like it. I do not like that this game, I missed all those blue coins. That's really annoying. Oh well. It's not like I used them for anything. But yeah, so so I did that. That didn't work. And that's pretty much all in regards to this game that I've done. How did I not get that fucking red ring? I was just talking about how much more generous the precision on collecting things in this is compared to other games, but oh well. Anyway, what have you been up to, Dragoni?
More of the same. Cleaning up cat piss on the rug is always fun.
Nice! Alright.
Yeah, baby!
Yeah. Ooh. This big golden piss statue. Don't call it that! Alright, yeah. I was about to ask the follow-up question of how Baba is doing, just to follow up the joke. But you clearly, I know how Baba's doing based on your statement about cat piss on the rug.
Yeah.
Baba is you.
I don't know. He has a litter box. He uses it plenty. He just sometimes decided to use the rug instead.
Yeah. I think I've told this story before about my roommate's multiple cats. Specifically, one of them was very determined to not use his litter box because he was very, very, just terrified of everything. This one also just had chronic health issues just in general. He was, I don't know how he survived as long as he did. Not from, like, the health side of things, but also just like you could have looked at that cat the wrong way and he would have probably died of fright. Yeah. And then to my understanding, even though I haven't been super in touch with my old roommate, apparently he did pass away a little bit ago, way younger than any cat normally would because of health complications, which is unfortunate, but he did shit in my shower. So like,
I do that sometimes.
yeah, he, like, I don't, like, obviously I don't hold it against him, he's a fucking cat. And without him, I wouldn't have had any of the others in my apartment, because he was the first. But 10 minutes and only up to 21 crashes. That's carryover from last stream. I will delineate, or like I will distinguish between this stream's crashes and last stream's crashes as it becomes relevant. But we haven't crashed yet, so you know, knock on wood. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about my favorite cat from that household, Legolas. He's so good. Because of that one picture that you shared of Baba in the laundry basket. Because Legolas did that too. Because as far as I could tell, he just liked being around things that smelled like me. So he would fall asleep in like my laundry pile sometimes, and just generally be incredibly endearing. And I regret every day of my life that that has passed since I have not asked, or since I did not ask my old roommate if I could adopt him off of her, because, you know, 4 cats is a lot for most most lifestyles to take care of them, especially when one of them has extreme health problems most of the time. And also, he loved me a lot, and I loved him, and I deserve him. No. All right. But I will get a cat as soon as I move into my own place, which I don't know when that's going to be, because the world is currently on fire. But, you know, that's too serious talk.
Yeah.
Economy. Exactly. The economal is in shambles. We are at the final boss. Presumably.
All right, and we're only...
You sure you're up for
What?
this?
15
I
minutes
missed
in.
the stream?
I have to be.
Goodbye, REM.
REM?
Oh. She's the 69th orb.
Dream core.
Sheep ball.
Encased by one of Eggman's nightmare constructs. REM cut him off from the reverie. So he cut her off from
That's just what happens to Nebby. You're exactly right.
This must be a trap.
Can't
Everyone, look out.
wait for her to evolve into
I'll go
Lunala.
first to check it
Mhm.
out.
Oh, damn it, Dodge beat her to the joke.
She's even got the crescent moon motif. That's mostly because of the dream thing, but, you know. I'm honestly a little surprised that REM... Well, not a little surprised, because a sheep is pretty dreamlike, like, you know, the whole counting sheep thing.
Counting sheep.
But I was gonna say, part of me is, like, REM very easily could have been a tapir, like, Hypno or, Luna from, Animal Crossing. Oh my god!
Eggman!
Trap me in my own creation, but I control my dreams.
What?
Fucking mustache brimming with power.
Only one.
I am so happy.
This is my dream, and you lot are no longer welcome in it.
Why was that so loud compared to the rest of the cutscene?
Sonic, take REM. I'll try to free the Dream Core.
Got it.
Everyone, distract Eggman.
Everyone makes jokes constantly about Eggman needing his own super form, and we finally have it. That's so fucking strange. Ah!
Is he just
That-
a PNG that's
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The final game where Eggman is the final boss in this marathon, and he's transformed into a whale.
My god!
He knows my one weakness.
Is there anything we can do? Is he too powerful like this?
He
You've
very
never been able
well
to kill a
may
whale
be.
before?
Best I can hope for is a giant line of wooden board bridges that I can knock him into. Or perhaps a giant building that the gun truck crashed into. Ah! Oh, it's just Eggman. It's not a whale. Significantly less intimidating from the front.
Rouge, think fast.
Oh, it's just a game of keep away. That's fun. I kind of like the idea of I've kind of had I kind of have always had a soft spot for RPG. God, platformer final bosses where the final boss is just as much a platforming challenge as it is an actual boss. Just because, like, both in terms of like what you're doing, but also like integrating the final stage before the boss into the boss fight is always nifty. This is the DK64 final boss. No, the DK64 final boss wasn't a whale. It's not quite the same. But yeah, kind of similar vibe. Similar vibe. Honestly, kind of a sucker for that. I cannot believe they finally gave Eggman like a super type form. That's so good.
Knuckles, here. Do not drop her.
Why was Knuckles just on Eggman's arm?
He's hanging out.
Oh, there's multiple heads hanging around. That's wild. I appreciate that even though we've seen like the multi-armed Eggman in the opening cutscene, this still took me by surprise. Like, I knew that he was going to be all weird and transformed because it's a dreamscape and whatnot, but like, genuinely was not expecting Nightmare Eggman to be this pleasantly weird. I don't know if pleasant is the word I would normally use, but surprisingly weird, which I appreciate. Where am I going? Because I went to... Excuse me? Is there not a spring on this? Oh, there it is. Jesus.
There it is. Boing.
Ow. It's fine. So, other thing that I did in between streams is I actually was able to get some of the, like the badges, essentially. And that has made it so that I basically only, I think if I'm interpreting it correctly based on what I'm seeing on screen now, the most rings that I drop at a time is 10 now. Cheese, you can kill them immediately. Cheese, we know how capable you are at destroying Eggman's robots. You should not be worried. But also cute.
Your turn, kid.
He's holding
Big
himself
Mario
back. I love that. He's not quivering from fear. He's quivering from the intensity of trying to not destroy everything in his vicinity. He wants everyone to have a turn.
Own power.
He's very good. Yeah, Cream's no slouch either, but Cheese specifically is ridiculously strong. Which is interesting because he is just a regular child Chow. Like, he's not even like he hasn't even evolved or anything like that into a second, like, adult phase or anything like that. Which just makes me wonder how fucking terrifyingly powerful he would be if he did. Oh, I was almost skipping that cut. Was Cream's section shorter than everyone else's?
Felt shorter.
Oh, you didn't know? Gomez, you didn't know? Yeah, Vector has a huge crush on Vanilla, Cream's mom. It's honestly really endearing. But when you phrase it like that, it is just very funny. I don't know what the equivalency in the English, like the 4Kids dub was, but I know that in Japan, in the sub of Sonic X, Vector kind of had like almost philosophical musings on like love and whatnot, specifically in regards to Tails and Cosmo's relationship.
I'm sorry, I can't be more
Basically
gentle.
just being like, young love and that kind of thing. But it kind of out of nowhere, and I feel like they changed that for the English dub, but
Got her.
no, yeah, Gomez, it's completely canon. It's great.
Woohoo!
I also don't know for certain if the Vector Catholicism thing was like in the original Japanese manual or if it was just something invented for the English version.
Crush my dreams.
That was literally just PNG getting dragged into place there. It was very funny.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah, but we've got to get REM up there.
You can fly.
There is no waking from this nightmare.
They could have put a funky
Rest
voice
in
filter on him
peace,
at least.
you Worms.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Tails,
not
give
super
me a
intimidating
boost.
right now.
I'll make sure he's got his hands full.
Yeah, the main theme of the game is playing. I am extremely hopeful that this game makes an appearance in Cross Worlds. Just from the standpoint of, like, otherwise, how else are you gonna, like, what other kind of game would you have an excuse to bring back the wacky dreamscape that you get in this game? Because, like, I don't know, like, just have a Scrambled Shores as a stage and have a, Dr. Crabulous come in as like a background element or something. Like, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just like the game's already kind of playing into like the weird, wacky status of multiple different universes or like portals and shit like that. Like, lay into it a little bit more.
The nightmare's over, Eggman.
Yeah!
Your nightmare's over.
Yeet! I don't think I hit Eggman once in that entire boss fight, but the health meter was still on top.
Everyone, now I shall fulfill my duty.
No, I've come too far to fail now. My Eggman Empire will rule supreme.
In your dream.
Ha 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 ha! Hey!
Because it's a dream game. Ha.
Nice
Goodbye.
work, Ari. What happens now?
Now, you all get to wake up.
Honestly, I don't even think she needed a decent one-liner there. That's about as good as she really needed. Also, in between this stream and last, I did do some Googling.
Now that's what I call
Oh
a
god, now we know
power nap.
canonically where Chao's brains are located. They're slightly conical shaped, and they're at the very top of their head. That's a little... I did not need to know
So,
that.
What next? Breakfast?
What
I
about
thought
the
that's
dream
what the
machine
orb was.
and the reverie?
Well,
Well, technically, the reverie went into its dormancy protocol. It can't make dreams come true for another millennium.
yeah, in between last stream and this stream,
Miss
I
REM.
read up on REM on the Sonic Wiki,
No,
and
but she knows we miss her, and we're happy she's
like,
safe.
You're missing a key word.
just-
What did you mean by technically,
like,
Tails?
at no point do we learn who REM's creators
I
are.
may have been able to modify the protocol
How?
a teeny tiny
How?
bit. We
How-
should be able to speak
How?
to REM again, even explore the reverie. It just can't make dreams real. Really?
I mean, like, I get he's a whiz kid with technology, but,
Take
like,
it back
is
to the
this
workshop and
ancient,
run some
like,
tests to make
magic?
sure it
Or
works.
is it actual technology?
Take the relic.
Well, sufficiently advanced technology, things distinguishable from magic, you know?
Mark
Yeah.
my words. The Eggman Empire will rise again. I will realize my dreams of world domination.
Sounds a little bit deflated, because he's... Yeah!
No.
Kill! Kill! Kill!
Well,
No!
Yeah! Hell yeah,
that's a
cheese.
weird
Have
sound
you
laughing
back.
sound.
comatose. And the credits theme is just the main theme of the game. Alright, give me a moment. I'm gonna pull up the tier list. There's still more to go for this stream, but I am gonna take the time now to rank it, because, well, what else am I gonna do? I do want to let these credits play out, though, because, these people deserve recognition for their work, because they're sure as shit not gonna be able to get any meaningful recognition for it, because no one can fucking play this game. Music T. Lopes and Johnny Atma, hell yeah. Produced by Apple. Oh.
Oh.
That should do it. Cream, I think you should go first. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Here
you.
goes.
My, Tails really is clever. Hello, Cream.
Yay! Sweet dreams unlocked. Challenging missions that will set your head spinning. Those credits were
Challenge
so
mode.
long. Those credits were so long I didn't even have the chance to pull up the tier list, which
So
somehow
short,
got cropped
rather?
all weird. How do I undo? Alright, and center to screen. Boom, there's the tier list again, and Dream Team, A tier. Good for you, Dream Team. Solid A tier. Similar, like, looking at the game independently
Sorry.
of all of its problems of being part of Apple Arcade, looking at it entirely, wait, I have a different, that's fine. That's fine. This one didn't need to exist. I'll just get rid of this one. That's fine. Like, looking at it entirely independently of the problems that I have getting it set up and everything, just because the game itself is pretty darn good. It is very fun to do little bite-sized missions, and I do like that conceit, especially as a more portable experience, but then again, basically every game nowadays is designed to be at least somewhat portable because of the Switch, and smaller budget handheld type experiences are definitely not the norm anymore. And I think that if this had been a handheld game rather than a mobile game that is therefore locked to mobile platforms that are specifically not designed for gaming all the time, if it had been like a 3DS game, if the 3DS could, like, you know, render everything in a decent, like, if it would run, if this ran well on the 3DS and came out at that time, this would have done fucking numbers. This would have been insane, and I still think it would do really, really well on the Switch. But it can't, because it's locked to fucking Apple Arcade. Don't make me point to the sign again. Oh, my only problem was that Cubot wasn't there to use his Dream Glob attack. That's, Yeah, it's a perfectly fine, small-scale game that I wish I was able to play, like, in any capacity other than this 3-month trial period that I've got for this.
Yeah. 3 months isn't
No,
probably
it's
plenty of time to go through a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
If it doesn't crash every other level, at least.
Yeah, but that's also a major impediment to it if I was taking the experience into account, I would definitely be bumping it down to B tier. But I can't in good faith hold that against the game. Because, like, it's not the game's fault. Sega, I don't know what else Sega Hardlight does if they are exclusively like a mobile team, like a mobile game development. When I play Sonic Dash on stream, if I finish all the content in this game, I did consider pulling up some of the other mobile games. But I would have to download those, which wouldn't take long, but I want to exhaust this game's content first.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's a decent chunk of things left to do.
And Sonic Dash is not a 3D Sonic game.
Yep.
It's not applicable for the marathon.
Mm-hmm. But when else am I going to get the opportunity to stream an iPad? What? Oh, shit. I realized I didn't have that. I just bought it without thinking. Even when traveling at speed.
It's fine.
Okay. I mean, I don't need it. It's not like I don't have any blue coins or anything. Or I don't have a... It's not like I have desperate need to collect blue coins for everything. I think my only regret with this series at this point is that I'm not going to be able to play as Shadow in the main mode. Because I'm not going to be able to do enough challenges to actually like unlock him in that, because the amount of time in between things that it's going to take for them to actually count. So but yeah, that is shit. I was not expecting to be doing like finishing thoughts at this early. Oh fuck! It's an odd sandwich. How's it going? Enjoy some countermeasures while we wait for this game to load. Look at them go. Yeah, I beat the game already. Nightmare Eggman was insane looking. They finally gave Eggman his super form.
And it looks kind of weird.
I would not have it any other way, though. Oh shit. Hey, Dubby. Snooze.
Heyo.
Dubby's going to bed.
Snooze time.
Snooze. Yeah, these stages, when I was trying to do them off stream, with Tales' challenges and all that, these stages took for fucking ever anytime that they were loading in. I guess because they just have to load in all the platforms and shit before they, just so that there's not like random pop-in or whatever. Because that would be obnoxious. Oh, nailed it. Oh yeah, no, there is actually a Sonic Fall Guys now, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of weird to think about. Oh shit. Knuckles! Knuckles! No! Goodbye, Knuckles.
I'll always remember you, Knuckles.
Oh hey, look, it's Knuckles. Oh, I thought I clipped into the cube for a second. Yeah. Sonic Rumble is also technically available on iPad. That looked great. Knuckles went so fast he outsped the pulley that he was riding. Yeah, something I massively dislike about this about these levels though is the camera. Sometimes the camera locks in on something when you really don't want it to. And you end up running towards the camera on a platform with no ledge, and the camera's not moving in a way that is particularly helpful to make you not get hit. And was not super pleased with that, but like these are also extra little things, so whatever. Also, yeah, Sonic Rumble's not even really out yet, but you know, open beta and all. Oh, fuck. Bye, Knuckles. Do I like Sun and Moon Pokemon? Yeah. Just generally speaking, I think Sun and Moon has one of the strongest Pokedexes out there, both in terms of like the characters they brought back, or like the Pokemon they brought back, and for balancing and all that, and also just the new Pokemon introduced for Alola are some of my favorites. And also the games are another one of my favorites. They're one of my favorite Pokemon game experiences, because it was one of the... Oh, fuck. I wanted to get that red ring. Yeah. But like Sun and Moon was when the games were new. It was the first time that I had ever been experiencing a Pokemon game with online capabilities, with an active group of friends that are like online that I would be able to communicate with and just see what their adventures like, and you know, trade with them if they had version exclusives and things like that. Just little things like that added to the experience a lot, even though the games are very linear. I was just able to check in with what my buddies. Ah, that's number 22.
No, there we go.
Here we go. There's number 22. But it added a lot to the experience, and on top of that, the games themselves are just really good, and they probably have one of the best stories in the Pokemon series, like main games, just like all together. I don't know. I didn't mind the specific way that they railroad you to an extent. But I get people's frustrations with it. I mostly didn't mind it because the nature of what I was like the pace at which I play RPGs tends to be a little slower, I guess. Well, the garden mostly only has, like, some trainers and then, like, a plot beat that happens, and that's about it. Why do I need to equip different sets of items for specifically playing as these two, as, like, different things? As, like, when it only lets you play as one of two characters, it makes you re-equip things for it. It's really... I don't know. I think the reason why I don't mind the game, like, blocking you off so much is because I love all of the characters in Sun and Moon so much that I don't... It's not like there are it's not like in previous games where it's like, oh, the old man is fallen asleep in the middle of the road and we can't get him to move, or like, there's a Snorlax blocking your path, or you don't have cut, or even my personal favorite from Generation 5, when if you try to go to the eastern half of Unova, where like White Forest or Black City or like Undella Town are, if you try to go to that half, one of those like transitionary buildings just has a bunch of a wall of 5 dudes who are standing there and spinning occasionally, and they say, today we are standing here for no reason, tomorrow we'll be gone for no reason, and then when you beat the game you come back and they're gone.
Yeah.
That's it. Or the guy's having a
Very silly.
dance-off in Castelia City. That one's great. They block the path to the northernmost part of Castelia City until you're done with the plot. Now, this seems like a pretty new, like almost entirely a new level to me. I don't know why they have it kind of compartmentalized like this. Because this doesn't feel like it would be Act 1. Oh, this is I struggled with this stage a lot when I was doing some of the challenges. I didn't realize it was just a regular stage. that was being repurposed. Well, okay. I think elements of it were being repurposed, sort of. Oh, goodness me. All right, I should have been holding forward then. But yeah, I think because the story being told is one that I enjoy so much, I don't mind the fact that it tries to railroad you a little bit. Some might say a little too much. Darn it! I thought I was gonna be able to save that because of Sonic having weird physics on that little lip. Oh well. Woo! Okay. Nailed it. Also, love this random ass breakcore song that plays for this stage. That's a genre that is such a weird thing to me. Is just like extremely atmospheric, but then out of nowhere there's just this super intense like drum and bass going on. I don't know, I kind of like it. And I'm always a sucker for any time a song does that. If there's like a super like mellow or like relaxed melody with a lot of like whole notes or like long tones type things, but then underneath it the drums are going absolutely fucking insane. Like one of the easiest examples to point to for that is the Super Mario 64 title screen, where the music, like the melody is just dun 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 dun, but then you get the drums coming in like I don't know, the theme for Hazy Maze Cave is kind of similar in that regard, but you know, it's just really funny. Oh, goodbye, Sonic. Swing my son from side to side.
All right.
Throw Sonic where he needs to go next. Alright. Take 3. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and 2 more. Oh, hang on. Whoop. I don't know what the platforming challenge to get up to this platform would have been, but I have circumvented it. Oh, well. Do I like Red Vox? I don't know what kind of music they do, but I know that it's Vinny Vinesauce as the vocals, and he was at MagFest. I just didn't go to see him because the venue would have been extremely filled, and I don't want to exactly just take that experience away from someone that really wanted to go see them. I would rather like wait in line for an artist that I would really want to see perform. Also, just I don't think I even processed that that's who it was. I'm telling on me? Well, great. To who? Mr. Vinny himself? I don't think he cares. Oh, to Lunar. Well, now I care. Does Lunar like Red Vox? I don't know. Ding. Shiny rock. Red Vox is one of their favorites? Well, darn. I'll give their music a listen sometime soon. Alright. Hang on. How many... I need 9 more orbs before I can get into the rest of Sweet Dreams. Well, I also need 1 more moon, but more importantly, I need orbs. So, after this, I guess we'll go back to the main stages and get 9 more orbs. If I had known that the requirement to access the rest of the stages was so high, I would have gone the extra mile and just gotten all of them before stream. But, like, I didn't know. So, oops. I wonder. So a while ago, kind of hope this still works. A while ago, McDonald's was running a promo for, like, toys for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, like the movie. Oh, that's a red square. Oh, nope, we recovered. We're good. We're good. Still dreaming. But a while ago, McDonald's was running a Sonic 3 movie promo, and I have the Shadow the Hedgehog Happy Meal box sitting on my speaker over here, courtesy of Clarinet Duck. And on the box, there is an advertisement for playing a Sonic 3 game on happymeal.com by scanning a QR code. So I'm assuming it's a mobile game. And I think it'd be really funny if I was able to get that working with the iPad screen sharing on stream. So it provided when we run out of stuff to do in this game, I might be doing that just because it's funny. Thank you, Tails. Very cool. Ow. Oh. Yeah, what you been playing recently, Dragoni?
Not a whole lot.
Good talk. Good talk.
I just haven't had a whole lot of
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you, I've been, goodbye, Tails. I believe there is a way that you can make your own, like, McDonald's type fries if you specifically, I think it's like beef oil or something. I don't know. It's probably not easy to do, but it's not like a complete secret. Like, someone would be able to replicate McDonald's fries without needing to go to McDonald's. Yeah, they do kind of give me Secret Rings vibes too, honestly. Oh no! Woo! Oh no, I'm dead. Too late. Goodbye. Last time, or when I was doing these missions last night, or the shadow missions, they use a specific type of potato. I have not heard that, but that wouldn't surprise me. They probably have the money to genetically engineer their own potato breed. Where's the level?
Very good question.
REM, where's the level? Drake, where's the door hole? Level woke up. Oh, there we go. Oh, I was just about to push the we'll be right back button too. Damn. No, Dodgy, that just means we're on the same... See, it's right there. I drew it on with a magic marker. It clearly just means we're on the same brainwave, Dodgy. But yeah, when I was playing the missions last night, I was listening to pretty much this same song over and over again, just because some of those missions are really hard, and fortunately, it didn't, like, crash or restart me partway through any of them, it was... But so as I was playing through this level, I was just being regaled with the story of fucking boat murder. By
fucking boat murdered. I love boat murdered.
Boat murdered. I forgot. I momentarily forgot that it was boat murdered specifically, not boat murder. Boat murdered, because the generative prompts that fucking Dwarf Fortress uses is like absolutely insane. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't have any rings? I could have sworn I had rings. Very nearly just flew directly into one of those. Do you have any funny Dwarf Fortress type stories, Dragoni? I know
I was real into Dwarf Fortress for a while back when it first, not like back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
No like single big story like Boatward, but I was involved in a few of those like Succession type games.
That's fun.
Like one of them was like a focused on an above ground rather than a
Subterranean.
subterranean thing. Like we built a tower like, every year, added a few more stage levels to it, and that was fantastic.
That's cool.
Another one was like a like a prison in a snowy tundra area where we only could have a few people in and a very limited population. Another one like an above ground focus on like farming. It was a whole lot of different stuff. It was great.
That's fun. That's real fun. Yeah, to me, the entire experience of excuse me.
Gone again.
If the level did it twice, I get to use the same joke twice. But while the level throws a temper tantrum, I guess, the entire boat murdered experience, and to an extent, Dwarf Fortress as a whole, kind of makes me think of gameplay abstraction, or like story and like literal experiences of what is happening in gameplay, or versus what is what is happening in universes versus what is happening in gameplay. To me, Dwarf Fortress is kind of towing that line, because the entire time that I was learning about how ridiculously, like, how one fucking butterfly caused the door mechanism to jam, which led to all sorts of other problems, like, hearing about that, just all I could think of was the fucking villager railgun from D&D, because of how the gameplay is completely absurd, like the mechanics of what is happening is completely absurd relative to what is actually occurring in game. It's just nuts thinking about it like that. Or maybe it's just because the whole thing seemed like a kind of broken mess, not from the standpoint of the game's not working, but from the standpoint of like, wow, literally nothing here seems like it's working the way that anyone would want it to be working. Or maybe it's just because I've been thinking a lot about like old RPG type stuff, because I've been watching a series on YouTube by Madular about Ultima, one of the earliest, like one of the longest running and most illustrious like classic RPGs out there, that literally inspired Dragon Quest, which then inspired Final Fantasy, which inspired basically every other RPG ever. So, like, without... Oh my god, no! But it basically... Like, Ultima basically, like, multiple times over revolutionized the gaming industry. Ultima 4 specifically is like the first one of the classic games that really like set the world on fire in terms of like mechanics that would be carried forward and like direct inspiration of like Dragon Quest and shit like that. But like even outside of that, just it specifically is like I don't remember exactly what if it was saying that it later inspired The Legend of Zelda, or if, because I know later Ultima did take some elements from Zelda to try and incorporate it into its core gameplay mechanics. And there was one installment on the Game Boy that was allegedly a version of Ultima 6, I think it was, that was essentially just trying to be Link's Awakening. But it was also before Link's Awakening, so it was kind of trying to be pushing things forward even when it was kind of copying someone else, so to speak. But you know, just this little game series being made by this one weirdo who got introduced to D&D by some buddies in college, and just, I don't know, it's cool seeing how it went. But like the first, like the classic Ultimate games inspired oh shit, this is like the third time that I've overshot that goddamn thing. Finish that thought. Hey game, can you finish loading the level? It's very good. But like Ultima, like the classic Ultima games inspired Dragon Quest, and then that inspired Final Fantasy and all that. And then Ultima Underworld went on to inspire basically every first-person dungeon crawler, and like to an extent also like Doom and other first-person games in the way that they're like rendered and visualized. And then Ultima Online basically went on to define what an MMO is, and all this is to say that this series does not get nearly the credit that it deserves for revolutionizing several genres, and it's also a series that I had literally never heard of until I found Magellar's channel. And I only found that because I pushed the X button because I was trying to jump, but the menu prompt popped up so much.
Wow.
Yeah. All this to say that the Ultima spell in the Square Enix games is really cool. You say that as a joke, as if I'm referring to the Ultima spell, but the fact that it is like, knowingly or not, is being referenced in the games that would then like succeed it is like really cool. And there was even a moment that there's a song from the 5th Ultima game called Stones, that went on to become sort of the theme, like one of the most like commonly recurring themes in the entire series. And there's a snippet of it that very specifically sounds like the main theme to Baldur's Gate 3, Down by the River. Bum, 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 bum. And it's just one small part of the melody. It's not like the main melodic motif of the song being recycled. It's just the ending of like the refrain uses that bum, 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 like that little thing, because it's a good little way to end a phrase. And there are two options here, and I'm going to fully give credit to Super Mario Broth for giving me this outlook on things. Either it's a deliberate homage to one of the like progenitors of the RPG genre that was already inspired by D&D when it was being made, and now one of the biggest RPGs in recent history is directly calling back towards one of the games that made D&D video games a possibility. Like, the fact that it like, if it's intentional, the fact, like, that's an absurdly cool thing to do. And if it's not intentional, it's kind of like the way that Super Mario Broth puts it in one of his Mario 64 stream video that he did. It's proof that the universe loves us, because that's just amazing serendipity that you would not, like, you can't make that up. Like, if you heard the song, you would, like, you can't deny that it sounds very similar to it. Whether it's intentional or not is completely it's completely incidental. Like, that doesn't matter as much as just the fact that it is to me. Like, I'd like to know. Oh my god!
Well, there we go.
Every fucking time! Like, whether or not it was intentional, like, I'd like to know if there's anyone that can, like, find that out. I might be able to, like, look into who composed it and all that. And, you know, learn about it and see if it was intentional, and all that. But even if it's not, like, the fact that I'm even asking the question is just, like, the fact that it happened at all is enough for me, if that makes sense. That said, I am probably never actually going to play one of the Ultima games because some of them are really, really hard to just reliably, like, they can be rough going back to from a modern standpoint. Although I would like to try Ultima Underworld because that is like the kind of classic game shit that's really cool to me, and the actual gameplay of it is still really solid, which is awesome, especially for such an early entry in the genre. Oh my god, please, Tails, please. Please. Okay. Whew. Gee, that was awful. I just spat all over my screen. I definitely recommend Rockman watching Madular's series on it because it's fucking phenomenal. And it's not just a retrospective on it from a gameplay perspective that's completely like review type thing. There are little like YouTube review type jokes in it. Like there's a recurring thing where he'll just sing Iolo's the bard Iolo, Iolo, pronounced pretty much exactly like YOLO. Like him singing like yo diddle dee diddle dum or whatever, just like singing that, because that's a recurring joke in the game as well, but also just how ruggedly handsome his avatar character is, and also just how tempting it is to find different ways to kill Lord British, the main kid, which is the name of Richard Garriott, the creator. He was given the nickname of just as a noun British, because he moved to Texas from somewhere else, and when he said hello for the first time or whatever, the way that he said it was just completely alien to the way that everyone in Texas was, like every kid in Texas was used to introducing themselves. So like, what, you sound like you're British trying to introduce yourself so formally or whatever. And then it just stuck, and then it spiraled out of control. What if Eggman was British? If Eggman was brutish, that'd be a completely different story. If Eggman was British, then I don't think much would change, to be honest. It just would be kind of funny to imagine an alternate universe where he's got like a Cockney accent or something.
Oh, you bloody hedgehog!
That bloody hedgehog has crossed me for the last time!
I've actually played a few Ultima games from when I got game design class I took in college. They're definitely early games. There's a lot of like little esotericness to them, and a lot of stuff that's not super straightforward.
But they're
definitely
cool.
Interesting to look back at.
Like even in concept, they're just really cool. Ultima 4 in particular blew my fucking mind. Like the way Madular presents the games in his videos is already really compelling, because he gives you a lot of like backstory on why the games are developed the way that they are, and Richard Garriott as a person and his team and all that, and like the fact that like a lot of people that went on to be influential in the Undertale's $1 right now. Well, if you don't own it, buy it on Steam right now. $1. God damn.
Steam Spring Sale.
$1 fucking dollar. But like the way Madular presents all these games, it was so compelling for me to learn about them, and yet I didn't find myself getting an urge to actually play any of them because it seemed like it'd be kind of a hassle to play an old RPG like those. And then they got to Ultima 4, and it just kind of blew my fucking mind as to the depths of what they were doing. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, the game, like, the series had kind of gotten some flack because this was also around the same time that there was, like, the whole satanic panic thing going on. And so Richard Garriott was just like, fine. You think that this video game is, like, violent or promoting evil things? Here is a game where the only plot driving you forward is your character becoming essentially, like, reaching enlightenment a la the Buddha. It's just, like, it's so, like, there's still combat in the game, but, like, fighting in it, like fighting and killing innocent creatures like snakes or spiders or shit like that is actively, like, inhibits your progress unless you're fighting, like, evil things that are, like, actively attacking you for malicious reasons. Unless that's the case, then you're, like, you don't really need to do combat. Like, the whole goal of the game is just to create, like, a virtuous character, and said virtuous, like, ideals and all that are very specifically constructed in a way that is not supposed to invoke religion, which is kind of really cool that Richard Garriott, like, was thinking that far ahead about it in terms of, like, what controversy would entail. What the fuck? They announced story mode update. God damn it!
Well,
When is that coming out?
There it is.
My work is never done. Like Sisyphus, I am bound. Oh, come on! It happened again! Well, that was stupid.
hmm.
The 20th? So, like, a week from today? God damn it.
Well, that's a stream day.
It is a stream day. I guess we'll wait on starting Shadow Generations until then. That's, at least it's soon, you know? It also gives me an opportunity to unlock Shadow. And my free trial doesn't end until well after that, so it's like, I don't have to worry about that, but, like, god damn it, like, they really could not have, like, done a, like, picked a better time for that. Oh, no! What will I do on Saturday then? I don't know, Mario Party? Whoa! Whoa! No! We need to troll this one specific guy. Whoa! Fuck. You know what they could do to really troll me? Announce a PC version as soon as I finish it. Fuck. Yeah, if we end up playing Mario Party, you're more than welcome to join. Oh, no, you know what we might actually end up being able to do? We might actually be able to get back to Raging Loop because Mush might be available.
Maybe.
Are you kidding me? Question is, Dragoni, are you available on Saturday? I'd keep doing the same thing over and over again. Woo! Get me on the platform. Ah! PC version was announced. Are you shitting?
Are you serious?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually shitting me right now? Shadow's getting his own stages in Dream Team's adventure mode. Okay, okay. The Apple Arcade exclusive Sonic Dream Team is getting
God,
yet
he's
another
fucking with
update.
you.
God damn it, Dachi! /ban Dachi. Separate news update comes out, or news article comes out confirming the PC version is actually in fact happening. This happens next week during the stream of the new content. Double helix of rings. Let's go, Sonic. Get out of here. You know, given that these stages are, given that I will need to go back into the earlier stages to get more orbs to get through, I very well might end up having enough enough content in this game to fill out a reasonable stream length. But we did also start this particular stream late, so that's also not entirely, we might not necessarily go for like a full 4-hour type stream. The fact that they specifically made these rings the rings in this game that you collect during the Lightspeed Dash turned into like fake rings, so that you can't collect them again if you need to use the Lightspeed Dash again is a little weird. Because like in Shadow the Hedgehog, when they did that, they made it so that areas that previously would otherwise be impassable because you already collected the rings, they made it so that you would be able to cross gaps or whatever. But in this game, that's never really, like, it's not as big of an issue. I don't know. Yeah, the update seems to be Shadow related, so I definitely will want to be doing the Shadow content to unlock him for the story mode, assuming that that's not already something that I need to do. But the fact that the Shadow update was also like a surprise, and that the game previously was assumed to be at the end of its like update cycle type thing. The fact that that seemed like it was going to be the case meant that we might assume that that means that it's time that they might start working on a PC port soon. But no. No.
Oof.
I mean, I'm excited that Shadow's getting some content in this game, even if it's kind of weird that he's here at all, but like, if it's like a fun little side thing, whatever. The body snatcher aspect. Well, I don't know if this is any significant comfort to you. Oh, there's more orbs to collect from the bosses now. A new mission type and new gameplay mechanics. Okay. Changing icons here just resets the rotation of Dr. Crabulous. Get unrotated, idiot.
Alright. Oh
Yeah, but I think, this is weird to say, Gomez, but I think this might be that might not be as big of an... I mean, like, obviously the vibes are still there, but, I don't know. I don't know a good way to phrase it without spoiling something. Why did he just appear and then boing? And now he's here.
It was
Okay.
boing.
Seaside Dream, giant enemy crab. Why am I not Wait, is that a mustache?
Don't make fun of it. Giant enemy crab. Wah! Ah, fuck. I'm spamming the hell out of the homing attack. Probably shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, I guess the best way to get the point across for what I was trying to say to Gomez is that, like, the very literal body snatching is not as big of a thing, is not as big of a plot element as you might expect, but it is, like, if it's setting off, like, the vibes of it, I don't blame you for not wanting to hang around for it. Wow, I've got so many more hits to go for, and I am not finishing this fight in time. Like, if the vibes are already kind of setting off your anxiety, then I get it. But it's less of the okay, Jesus Christ. Oh, crash number 23. Basically, what I'm saying is that if it's already setting off your vibes alarm, then I don't know if it's gonna be. Wait, what? Oh, I thought that was still in quotes. I was confused what you were talking about, Black Doom, in the quotes, but yeah. Explore these special levels, a brand new mission type, loads of new gameplay mechanics, and destroy the nightmarish corruption spreading throughout the dream. I think it'd be more interesting if it was Black Doom or something else, but it is entirely possible that it could just be like a side effect of Eggman fucking around. But it would be really interesting to have Mephiles be it, because, like, oh man, I can't wait until we get to fucking until we get to Shadow Generations stuff, because oh my god, the way what they do with Mephiles there is so interesting and cool, and I love it. Alright, I can do better than how I was faring there. Yeah, the stage crashed because I tried pausing, and also the stage was trying to end at the same time. Because the game was lagging so much. It just kind of stacked on top of itself and died.
Seaside Dream, giant enemy crab. Why am I not?
Why am I not? I didn't think to actually skip it until, like, most of the cutscene was done. You know what I need to do after Minish Cap? Maybe as, like, a companion to Minish Cap, because I kind of want it to be like a larger group thing, just because maybe voices, stuff like that. I don't know. Raging Loop makes that a little tricky to manage as well, but, like, I want to get back to Hitman 3, because technically even Hitman 2's DLC levels, because I didn't get to do those on stream. But, like, after Hitman 2 ended, it's been quite a while since then. But I really like Hitman. It's really fun. I did not see that, Dachi, but that sounds delightful. Oh, come on. No! I got this. I got 14 seconds to get the last one. I can do this. Yeah. Easy. That's so good that they did that, though, specifically for Yeah. S. I guess they just didn't do a... Wait, what? Huh? It got rid of the requirement for the middle one. Like, it just doesn't show the requirement for this one anymore. What? Alright, whatever.
All right. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think the game accounted for me not just having one ring. Because of the bonus things that were added in post-launch. Excuse me. There we go. That's so funny. Can you, like, not take up so much of my time looking at your stupid deflated hands? Shit. I can't do this in fucking 15 seconds because his animations take so goddamn long.
I think animation cancel or something.
Another game I've been thinking about getting to streaming sometime soon. Or not soon, but like sometime, just generally speaking. Maybe LA Noire, but I also might just want to play that on my own time. Not because I don't know what the story's like or anything, and that I would want to document the experience on stream or anything like that, but just because it's just a funny game to... It's a fun game to watch the story unfold in, even if you already know what happens in the story. And I kind of want to share that with stream. But also, I do have a big library of games that I've never beaten before, and I'm trying to have a decently long list of media on my media thread on Blue Sky. And if I'm exclusively beating games off stream or like on stream, it's gonna take forever. And currently, the game that I'm working on for that kind of backlog thing is Bravely Default. That's an RPG, and that's long as fuck. LA Noire would not require censoring because Twitch Terms of Service does not mind if it's just part of the game, so long as we are not lingering on it in any meaningful capacity. But for YouTube is a different story, but also I don't make money off of my Twitch VODs, so like I don't care. That said, it could cause some content ID problems because the game uses actual licensed music from the 50s. Jesus Christ, how am I supposed to kill this thing in a minute flat if it takes a solid 15 seconds in the middle of the fight just to look at its floppy-ass claws? That said, I own LA Noire on PC, so I could very easily mod the game if I did need to remove the music, which I don't. A bigger problem would be the thing. Jesus Christ! Stop! Why does this not stop the fucking timer?
It really should.
Yeah, that SGB playthrough is the reason that I want to stream it. Because, oh my god, the driving in that fucking game. The driving in LA Noire is a goddamn treat. It's horrible. It's like, it's not great. It's also not, like, the worst thing in the world, because you can just have your partner drive you wherever you need to go. But, like, some of the fucking shenanigans that you can get up to is just so fucking funny. That said, if we did end up streaming it, there would be a lot of jokes that I might end up essentially just quoting from the SGB playthrough. Like, my personal favorite is Cole Phelps exclusively introducing himself as what he is. Like, Cole Phelps, traffic. Like, as if he's from the traffic department. But just then, like, him, like, running, being forced to run up the stairs forever and ever. He gets up to the top and he's just like, Cole Phelps, tired. Just, it's such a dumb gag, but it's also very persistent in the game itself. Oh my god. Oh, that's the checkpoint one. I missed it. There we go. And I overshot. Whatever, I don't care. I'm not fighting that thing again. Why the fuck does the timer not stop? What's the point? Why are you making me fight them in a restricted amount of time if you're going to cut into my time? Pause the timer or let me skip the cutscene. Oh wait, I haven't seen Tails' dialogue for this scene. It's fine. We'll do it again. Got him. Ow! Fuckers! Oh my gosh! No! Oh, goodbye, Tails. Sir, your little dome is exposed. I'm gonna have to punish that. Donk. Ah! I was pushing the square button. Why wouldn't you homing attack, Tails? What is wrong with you? I still love that this guy's called the Four-Man. I would say he's my favorite boss, except for the nightmare creature exists. And that thing's cool as fuck. Hit the fucking guy! Tails! Don't you know that Shadow hates multi-moons? That doesn't surprise me. He seems like he hates fun. Glad that this continues the universal constant of everyone constantly mixes up forces and frontiers because they both start with F and they came out one after another. Like, that is like a constant among everyone that I've talked about Sonic with at some point or another has mixed up those two games' names. They could not be more radically different in terms of both quality and gameplay, but like, they both start with F, and that's all that it takes. Yeah, the difference is one of them is good. Exactly. One more. I can do that in 30 seconds, can't I?
Probably.
Depends on how many unskippable nonsense cutscenes the game's gonna throw at me. None, apparently. Great. Get out of here, Four-Man. Ding. Alright, before I do this one, I'm gonna equip our fucking, badges. And I guess we'll watch this cutscene too, because we didn't get the chance to see it last time, because I skipped it.
Guardian Hunter's pretty mean looking. Better shut it down, fast.
Children shouldn't mess with other people's toys.
Don't underestimate me, Eggman.
Oh, I won't. Foreman, report to the control room at once. Show the upstart no mercy.
They didn't forget the... They didn't forget him having, like, the PA type sound effect when he's in, Ego City. Why did they not just put that on him here? It'd be, like, the easiest thing in the world. Foreman. Just one ring under 3 minutes. I don't know if... I don't know if just one is accurate. It's interesting that Eggman designed them with the ability to also fight as individuals. Like, why not just make a Death Egg or like a Death Egg robot again? Because that's what the Foreman kind of resembles that anyway. So like, I guess for the sake of variety. Ah, fuck. Oh shit. Took too long. Donk. Foreman, get in here. Eggman's innate sense of whimsy. I mean, he has taken like a unique take on conquering the world. He only wants to conquer it so he can have a building permit for his fucking theme park. Oh god, Tails, why did you do that? How did you do that? Boost being on the same button as the homing attack being on the same button as the boost is fucking with me a lot. Even though that's the same as it's been in previous games, and also I am also the one that made that setting the way that it is, but like it doesn't change it from being a little awkward. Tails! That's kind of bullshit that they ate my jump because the camera cut away. I was trying to be economical. Shit. Or like egonomical. Ow! Fucking drive-by. These things look like those little toys that you're supposed to like hit, and they're not supposed to fall over ever because they've got like a ball bearing or like some kind of weight distribution or whatever that just makes them never tip. It's one of those things. Ah! Ding. I know I likened this thing to the Death Egg robot, but it does have quite a few like design elements built into it that does make it distinct from it, and I really appreciate that. Small things, but... Ah! Yeah, exactly, Rockman. You know exactly the kind of thing I'm referring to. Please put away your purple slime. I would like to fight the boss. Dragoni, how are you a fan of the Souls games at all?
Yeah, I've played through all of them. I haven't finished 3, but I've done the rest.
Or
or
I
Demon
guess
Souls or Bloodborne because they're PlayStation exclusive.
yeah. I guess in general, like just the like the FromSoft games in general as well. Like if you've played
You're too late!
wait, is that it?
I might not have had the time to gift wrap it, but I do hope the Guardian...
Oh, that was it. I didn't even recognize how much health he had left. But like, if you played like Elden Ring too.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. But just the. I don't think that's how that works. Oh, I have all the orbs for this stage. Nice. The reason I ask is mostly just because, like, is there any particular boss that you remember getting, like, really stuck on or, like, really frustrated with or something like that?
From Elden Ring or in general?
In general, in the Souls games, or in non-FromSoft games, anyway. Just like if there's a specific thing that you remember.
Honestly, the boss I've had the most trouble with is the Shadow Queen from Thousand Year Door.
Oh, suddenly your story is flooding back to me. Okay, other than that one, because wasn't that one partly from like you're not quite wrapping your head around the way the game's mechanics worked or something? Or am I just insane?
Probably it's because I was like, I didn't have like a great build. I knew how the game worked, but I didn't have like, it wasn't optimized.
I don't know, but I guess in like one of the Souls games, is there, or in like a non-RPG context? What?
Sorry,
I was caught off
guard.
guard.
A lot of hard bosses in Souls. It's what they're known for.
Yeah.
But I'm having trouble remembering a specific one that's given me an especially high amount of trouble. Like. They just have a tendency to just be like that.
Yeah.
I've definitely fought them a lot, but...
Alright, well I guess, what's another RPG boss that specifically has, like, bugged you? Because, like, as I'm playing through Bravely Default, there are some bosses where I've gotten stuck on them, and it's like, part of me is wondering, it's like, am I just not understanding the game's mechanics in the way that I should? Or do I just not have the right build? Or do I just straight up need to go and grind? Which, even if it's the latter, like the last of those answers, if I do just straight up need to go and grind, Bravely Default has made that exceptionally easy to do, which is refreshing. So it's not even that big of an issue. But like, there have been still more than a handful of bosses where I'm just like, huh, what am I doing wrong here?
I think RPG-wise, remember the final boss of Fire Emblem Fates Birthright? Like, as far as RPGs and stuff go, I play a solid amount, but I'm not like quote-unquote good at them.
You don't have like super optimized builds or anything. Like you don't study up on the game mechanics to a degree that you would be like you would have like an optimized strategy. You just kind of you play them and you play your cards how they fall or whatever. You know, just not.
Yeah, that's just kind of how I operate in games.
Yeah.
But as far as Birthright goes, like I was pretty under-leveled when it came to the final boss, so I kind of ended up just having to like optimize a specific build and like not a build, but like a course of actions to beat in one turn, so that I could just not waste any time.
Yeah, when I don't remember, I haven't played Birthright in a hot minute, so I don't remember the exact mechanics of the fight to the same degree that I remember other bosses from Fire Emblem games. Like, for example, Prince Ryomo will wait for patiently for 25 turns, otherwise, then he will begin his assault. That whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, the true final boss of Dragon Quest XI is a bitch unless you use an item that you'd never think to use in a way you're supposed to use it in that fight. And Bravely Default has some pretty hard bosses. And yeah, I've kind of come to the conclusion that Bravely Default bosses are just a little tricky sometimes. But, like, now I'm also at a point in the game where I have no means to regularly use the Earth element, and I'm encountering more and more enemies that just have the Earth element as their only weakness, and they're really fucking annoying. And the one way that I do have to use the Earth element is the summoner job that I just got, and that costs 40 MP. It's designed to be one strong attack that you're not supposed to be able to spam, but I have to use it a lot because I'm fighting dozens of enemies that have that weakness and only that weakness. And on top of that, it's just really fucking annoying trying to just time mage some earth element spells. Well, good news, I don't know how to get time mage. I know that there's time related spells that you're supposed to get because I've bought them, but I can't get time mage. There's been a little blue icon over Anchime, the desert area, for like fucking like a week now, and I don't know how to progress that subplot. I imagine it's by kicking the shit out of the king after he turns tail and runs, but I've gone everywhere in the city and I can't fucking find him. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And I don't want to look things up because then it'll just tell me all the answers that I need. But I hesitate to ask just because I want to try figuring things out on my own to the best of my abilities. But this one thing was like, all right, when I get the chance, I'm gonna ask about it because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing wrong, and I don't want to have to come back and do this shit once I'm like in like the final chapter, and then I'm way over leveled for it. Because the last thing I want to do is miss a job opportunity, I guess, for lack, or the asterisk is what the item for that is called. But like. It's just been annoying me to no end that the only means of using earth spells is spend 40 MP. Oh, fuck. Get in there. You bitch! I am literally standing in the goal.
Ah.
I hate it here. Yeah, Gomez, if you've got a hint on how to progress that shit, please tell me. I've spoken to everyone in Anchime. I've done everything that I can think to see and find, and I have no idea what it is I'm missing. I do have both. I thought that's what the blue icon was in reference to at first. But then I beat both of them, and it hasn't gone away yet. Oh my god, this game is starting to... Okay. Okay, I'm putting you out of your misery right now, video game. Just take a second. That I couldn't into before. I've tried every door that I can touch. And if there's a different door that I can't go into, I don't know what else I can do. Should I count that as a crash? I did close it manually. I don't know if
That's
really
not a
counts.
crash then.
Yeah. I'm also just not doing any more of the tails flying through rings things. I can't fucking stand doing that when the game's running like this.
You know
Why would you name your Aurora steamed? Oh. God damn it. Took a minute for the synapses to connect. It would probably have crashed, yeah. But I'm not giving the crash counter any not giving it any artificial inflation. The economy is already artificially inflated as it is. I don't need to be reminded of that. Anyway, what's a different conversation topic than the riveting things such as the economy? At night? What? That's literally the only time something like that has happened. The only other time thus far that something has been time-based is when there's a story-specific event that has happened in Florum where you have to reach a certain, like, when you're going to visit the sage, and then you go back and do and go to Florum, and the pageant is at night. That's the only other instance where something like that has happened, and time doesn't pass in the cities. It's just, oh man, that's dumb, but whatever. At least I know now. I guess I'll go get that when I'm done with stream. But I love having my 3DS on me again. Like, just generally, it's just so... I like the Switch a lot. I think having, like, games of its caliber on the go is so fucking cool. But also, there is an art to good portable games that are designed to be pick up and play, and you can just shove them in your pocket and go. And just surprisingly, even though it's like a what I assumed would be like a pretty hefty RPG, it's also been pretty easy to just pick up and put down type thing. Like, and the game even incentivizes that by encouraging you to keep your 3DS in sleep mode so you can get bonuses in Narende and SP and shit like that. Like it's kind of neat. Handheld games are cool, and I like them. There's a reason that I'm so obsessed with the Game Boy. It's also one of the reasons why the comical, oversized nature of the Game Gear is just, like, I know that they were trying to make it a little more powerful, but the fact that they made a quote-unquote handheld console that fucking large is, like, comically just strange. The Game Gear did need 6 AA batteries, which is a huge fucking ask for any child's toy. Like, you might eat through batteries on your Game Boy, like your regular Game Boy, because you need, because, like, it takes a lot of battery. It might drain the batteries if you're playing it a lot, especially if you're playing Pokemon a lot, which a lot of kids did. Like, you would drain through those batteries pretty quickly. Yeah, whatever. But you're only going through 2 at a time. That's like a standard remote type thing. That's, like, no big deal compared to 6. Like, the smallest pack of batteries that I see in, like, the gas station or, like, CVS or whatever, smallest pack of batteries I've ever seen in there is, like, 8. That's just a fuck ton of batteries to chew through. Especially because it's got a fucking backlight on it. It's gonna go through that shit so fast. It's a good thing that there's no, like, RPGs on the system, at least none that I know of that are like particularly noteworthy, because if there was something like that, then like a la Pokemon type thing, then there is like that shit would just, that would be murder on your wallet. You'd be spending half your allowance in batteries, because I guarantee you after the first time you had to put in six AA batteries, your parents were probably like, okay, you have to buy the batteries now because we're not made out of money. I don't know, maybe I'm severely overestimating the amount of time that people put into a fucking Game Gear. Let alone in the 90s. Reminder of the Gulf War Game Boy existing and still being able to play Tetris. Like the only thing...
Nintendium.
Yeah. I find it absolutely amazing that there's not one but two Nintendo handhelds that are historically significant for surviving things like that. There's the Game Boy that has Tetris melted into its body and still plays, and there was a DS that made it to the top of Mount Everest, and there was and the rest of the crew's electronics stopped working at those altitudes, but one of the team members had a DS with FIFA on it that they were playing, and that survived. A little less amazing than the Game Boy, but still, like, ridiculous. And also just hilarious that it's, like that probably didn't even end up in, like, a museum or anything. That probably just ended up in that researcher's pocket on the way home. They just kept it. Because, like, why the fuck wouldn't you? It's just your DS, you know? Meanwhile, the original owner of the Gulf War Game Boy is almost certainly dead. If not at the time, definitely by now. Well, not definitely, but still. Go, Tails! Go! No. Fuck it, I'm not doing these anymore. Yeah, the fact that I don't even know if it was FIFA, but I know it wasn't like a super remarkable game as far as I can recall. Like, it wasn't like New Super Mario Brothers or something. And it's more just it's not that Mount Emperor, number 24! Give it up for number 24! It's not that making it up to Mount Everest isn't that impressive, it's just that it's... The impressive aspect of it is the internal aspect of it, as opposed to the external durability of it. Just the fact that the electronics in it was working relative to, like, other shit that was, at least to my understanding, was originally designed for use at high altitudes. And the DS wasn't. Unless, of course, during the testing phase, when they were testing, like, make sure it can survive a drop from, like, shirt pocket height, that they went the extra mile and was just like, okay, is this high up enough? And they're fucking at like the top of a building, and they're like, yep, it's good. And then they drop it and it still works. We won't get to 69 before the end of the stream. We're already above that. Oh, of crashes. I thought you were talking about the dream orbs for a minute. Duh. Well, if I do start going via like scientific numbers, I can add a decimal point and a 0. So if we somehow get to 42, we'll get another funny number. Although that would be kind of flubbing the numbers a little bit. But, oh, never mind. I thought it was someone who died. Because if I'm being perfectly honest, generally when you are in close enough proximity that your Game Boy is exposed to a bomb, you probably are dangerously close to a bomb. speaking of people in the military with consoles, do you remember when the Xbox One was announced and the whole always online debacle happened? There were specifically people in the military that on camera were just hitting their 360 with the fucking baseball bat, because that's just, not only is it like a shitty like thing for the company to have done in general, but like the fact that they knew, like they did their market research and they knew that the fact that they knew that the that the military overseas were like a not insignificant part of their like audience, and then they still did that, is just kind of one of the many baffling things about why the fuck the Xbox One launched the way that it did. Motherfucker. You know what? I've decided I don't care. How many orbs do I need to get into the rest of the stages? Still need more, don't I still need more, don't I? Oh my god! It shouldn't be this hard to collect 3 more of these things. Again, this part is not on the game. This is just on the way that I'm playing it, making it way harder than it needs to be. But still, like, what the fuck? I don't know if I have the patience for this anymore.
Oh. You can do it, Clue. I believe in you.
Oh. I'm gonna go refill my water bottle. We'll be right back. Give me a moment. Alright. See you in a minute. Oh, I'm also gonna take after Ham, and I'm gonna run some, just because I've realized actually, I might need to check my settings, for this. Because I just realized that because I'm an affiliate, I have the option to change the settings for when, like, ads and stuff roll. So I might have to change it so that we do just, like, an occasional break in the middle, just so that we don't have pre-roll ads that people have to endure before they start, or before they join, kind of thing. I don't know. That's a little bit more logical planning out that I'd need to do beforehand, so I will worry about that for next time. So, see you in a bit. Alright, I'm back. I've got some pretzels to maintain salt levels. I'm not doing any more Tails stages. I can't deal with those fucking rings anymore. Also, love how we've been discussing the Gulf War Game Boy thing for a while. What even is the guy's name? That's something that always kind of bothers me. Anytime, like, I know that ultimately you can't remember everyone's name and shit like that, but it's like, anytime like someone's having like a stream conversation, and I'm guilty of this too, where it's just like, they're doing this, or they're making that, or something like that. Like, who is they? Or someone. Who is someone? Like, obviously, you can't expect everyone to remember the names of everyone involved in a given story at all times. Like, I sure as fuck can't. But it's one of those things that leads to little bits of misinformation. Like Scott Scaggins or something. That's a very specific like or something name, especially considering you were just looking things up about the dude. Ah! Oh my god. Okay, at least I'm past that one. So I just gotta deal with this bullshit thing again. That's the lick. That's the motherfucking lick. The motherfucking sax. The lick is in the music. God damn it. T and/or I think it was like fuck, what was the guy's name? We just watched the credits earlier. Who the fuck is responsible for this? Nightmare Eggman. Eggman is always punching down. Speed characters don't have the drop dash, do they? They don't, but they have a pseudo double jump that gives them a boost forward that functionally is very similar to the way the drop dash behaves. I haven't had nearly as many problems with it as I have had in other game or in Frontiers, and then it wasn't really a thing in Generations, in the new Generations game, or new version of Generations, but like it wasn't, so it wasn't as big of an impact there, but like, I don't know, it's strange. Not certain how I feel about it. I would probably have a better idea how I feel about it if the game wasn't running like it was on a 12-year-old iPad. Oh, no, not 12. It's only 11. You good, game? You gonna crash?
Game?
Oh, no, there it goes. Come on. What? Nope. Grape soda's good. Do you have a favorite soda, Dragoni, or do you not drink soda?
I don't drink soda.
I feel like
carbonation just does not work for me.
fair enough.
Can't stand it.
I didn't drink soda for the longest time, and now I drink soda probably more frequently than I really should. But not like I do always try and limit it to like no more than like one a day. Maybe if it's like I'm at like a party or something, I might have like 2, 3 tops. But that's just because it's like I don't drink alcohol, so what the fuck else am I supposed to drink idly while I'm hanging out at a party, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But even then, the alcohols that I do drink are usually very fruity and sweet, so I'll end up finishing them way quicker than most people do, because I tend to just do that. Anytime that there's a drink or a snack or something, it's like, I must be actively engaged in this thing that I am doing, otherwise I am not getting the most out of this thing that I'm doing. Motherfucker!
God
It's
damn it.
number 25! I've not had Ramune before. But it's basically just lemonade. Just not as good. Or just slightly different, because that's what ramen, like the Japanese word ramune is just like a game of telephone away from the word lemonade. Because that's what it is. It's just like lemon juice type stuff. Like the actual drink itself is like sort of distinct from actual lemonade, but there's only so much that actually separates the two. It's not really that different. What the hell are you talking about? I might be just insane. There's this one post that reminded me, or that I got that particular thing from. Ramen is soda. Yeah, no, well, so, okay, no, here's what it is. Lemonade and, like, Sprite is considered to be, like, a lemonade type thing, and somewhere along the line, things got kind of fucked up in translation, and so the word ramune, like, it's a soda, but like it kind of started as a pseudo Sprite type thing, and so I don't know the exact thing. I'll have to find the fucking post about it so that I don't seem like I'm fucking insane, which I am, but about this one particular thing, I remember reading it, and it seems very like, I don't know, whatever. Or maybe I was just getting duped by the internet, because that's a thing that happens. But no, I have not had ramune before. That would probably explain why my brain defaulted to it being the way that I explained it there. AKA weird as hell. Because I don't... All I know is that they've got the cute little marble in there, and that makes it annoying. Excuse me. What if I told you to do that again? There we go. Not annoying. Annoying's not the right word for it. It's just, it's something distinct about it, but also, like, if you were to ever try and pour it out of the bottle, the marble would get in the way. But at that point, it's like, why are you pouring it out of the bottle? Because you want to drink it. It's like, well, the whole thing is like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's... Yeah.
The thing with, like, ramune is, like, as an American, like, I think the idea of, like, having, like, foreign snacks is neat, but a lot of the time, grocery stores will charge you a fuck ton for those kind of things.
I mean, it's like imports and tariffs and stuff.
Yeah, so they have to charge a lot for them, and, like, that's not always something that I'm eager to do. Plus, I just don't go to the grocery store and shop around in, like, the foreign snacks section a lot. Even though I've seen it, it's just, like, I don't do the grocery shopping at my household. So it's like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
10 more orbs!
Oh, come on!
Basically everything. Well, at least I know I'm gonna have to do a third fucking stream of this game, so I guess in between now and then, I'll go through and get the rest of the orbs. See if there's any way to get the fucking orb for Dr. Crabulous. Alright, let's just do this other stage first. But you know what? Before we do that, let's try the Tails challenges. We haven't done those tonight. As many points as possible. Don't give me... It doesn't give me a floor, so I'll just do it. Ah!
Womp, womp, womp,
Never mind.
womp.
We're just gonna go and do the dream... the non-shadow challenge thing. We'll just do the thing we were gonna do initially. I also like foreign snacks, but I don't like them enough that I would pay the premium for them. And it's also a bit of a reminder. Every time I have a foreign snack, it's just a reminder of how fucking ridiculously intense snack and like sugary flavors are in America with American foods. Or maybe that's just the stuff that I'm used to having.
Yeah.
It just can be a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a big snacks person, Dragoni?
Again, not really. I usually just eat big meals. Don't really snack all that often. I'm bad at small talk. I don't do a whole lot, and what I do is repetitive and basic.
Well, walk us through a day in the life of the Dragoni, and then do it again from Baba's perspective.
I mean, it's really not all that interesting. I wake up later than I should. I go to work. I sit around for a while, occasionally do something. I come home. And then just play video games while stream or something starts. Do that, make dinner, and then play games until I go to bed.
Big mood. That is, you described my exact life. In many regards.
Occasionally I'll have like a D&D if there's something going on, but that's like once every other week at best.
Well, talk about D&D stuff. Like talk about either the campaign you're currently doing or just stuff you've done in the past with them. Because I always love hearing D&D stories. There was a post I saw once where it was saying like people talk about D&D stories. Actually, I think it was actually in one of Madular's videos on Ultima because sometimes the gameplay experience feels very similar to D&D things where it's like everything can be very personal and then you'll have like your own story to tell about it that you'll be excited to tell people about until you realize that telling D&D stories is basically the equivalent of like showing someone a photo album of your vacation. And it's like no one wants to see that. Except no, I love hearing that shit. I love D&D stories. They're fun. So tell me.
Kind of talk about it a whole lot.
Tell me one of yours.
So I'm the quote-unquote forever DM of my group. I've been running stuff since like 8 years ago at college, maybe. I don't know, time is fake. The campaign I'm running now is... The first thing I did was out of a book, because I didn't really have confidence or time to write it all. What I'm doing now is fully homebrew. It's set in a world where the entire population lives on the back of giant tortoises.
Hell yeah.
Just grow to massive sizes and walk around the world doing their own thing. Because anyone that's not on a tortoise at night gets attacked by super unkillable shadow demons called night terrors.
That's cool as fuck. I mean, not living there, I'm sure that would be not great, but like, I like that
They're
premise
used
a
to it
lot.
at this point. And so the campaign is kind of right now it's mostly small scale, but it's building up to figuring out the origin and like nature of the night terrors and possibly finding a way to deal with that.
Are they like dark reflections of the turtles? Like the turtles like feed on something super powerful that makes them that big, but as a result that creates this negative energy that becomes these evil creatures or something, and so it's like they are antithetical to their very existence, but they can't just not exist, kind of thing. Or maybe it's just something more basic. That's just where my mind goes with that. Probably because Stephen King and Maturin, the giant fucking turtle, ruined giant turtles in my brain a little bit. But also, I still really love the concept of the world turtle, so I'm still a sucker for them.
Yeah. I'd be lying if that wasn't an influence, but it's... I highly doubt anyone is going to ever watch this stream or this VOD, but if you are somehow...
Spoiler alert for the campaign!
Yeah. Pretty much the tortoises and tigers aren't directly related, but they are from diametrically opposing forces. The tortoises get their like ability and size from a material that's powered by positive emotions called gleam. So it's like the sun with light with happiness. The night terrors are built off of fear, of uncertainty, of doubt, of anger. Their material is known as void, and that's
void. I don't have that button because I don't have all the voice clips, but yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Again, just because of the stuff I've been watching recently with Madular's Ultima videos, a lot of stuff from Ultima, when I really think about it, does sound an awful lot like like the kind of D&D stuff that I don't get to experience much because I don't play okay. Because I don't actually get to play D&D all that much, and I don't know the specifics of like larger lore things. Okay, I thought it was going to appear faster than that. That's fine. But like there's a lot of like magic that's based in like the spiritual or like just emotional balance of things, at least more than you think of when you just hear about like a basic, quote unquote, basic Dungeons and Dragons type thing. But I always find that really interesting, as opposed to it's just like, I don't know, like there's something really interesting about like a political power, like a power struggle between like two nations or whatever. But like anytime that a campaign or even just a game or something like really leans into the like the fantasy nature of things and just gets a little weird with it is really cool.
You gotta get weird with it.
Yeah, otherwise you're just playing Office Simulator, the board game.
Yeah. One of the things about this is my players basically handed me a central theme on a silver platter. It's like they are all giving me their backstories. Like all of them are just in a level of, oh, I had a role I was going to be forced into of some sort. Whether it's like a prophecy savior or a royal scion or a like etc. But I didn't want to do that, so I fled or was taken away from it or something. So it's just like 4 out of the 5 players all give me similar backstories. Oh, okay, all right. Defying your destiny and choosing your own path is the theme of this campaign, then. I didn't, it just kind of fell into my lap. Like, and building off that, the reason that night terrors exist is because, like, an ancient civilization before the tortoises, they'll call them the groundlings, created, like, a arcane AI system powered by Void and told it to help everyone achieve their destiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant as like a positive thing, but the AI reasons, being an AI, that the destiny of any living being is to die, because that's how life works.
Yeah, it has to come
Everything
to an
dies
end.
eventually, so that's their ultimate destiny. So it is
Mm-hmm.
trying to fulfill the destiny by killing as much as it can. And so that's kind of where this whole thing is building to, is that confrontation of the chosen role, the destiny, versus self-determination.
Mm. And given what we are currently doing and how long I've been playing these fucking marathons, my brain went to Black Knight and the idea of like every story has to end, so why not end it now? That whole thing of like, wow, Jesus, Merlina, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is a little. It's definitely something.
And the other thing that came to mind was like, oh, so when Sonic Frontiers does like a digital space, or like with an AI, like an ancient technology creating AI type thing, you have problems with how you digitize a physical thing, but when you do it, it's perfectly fine. No, but just because I remember that you have a very specific relationship with the way that like, quote unquote, like digitizing physical things is, and like I don't know, but I find it, I do. Just because I know that you have comparatively little knowledge of the Sonic franchise, I do find it kind of interesting, and I also don't know how long ago you would have started this campaign and like formulating these ideas, but I do find it kind of interesting that
Like a year and a half.
yeah, so it's like it's kind of interesting to me that that similar idea of like ancient technology creating, well, the cyberspace is less about the actual AI, but just like the idea of like ancient technology, and allowing for advancements and, you know, specifically in regards to creating like an artificial intelligence and means to survive past things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gomez, that's probably a better way of putting it, but still, my mind went to that because of the fact that we're playing a Sonic game right now. But that's a better way of actually phrasing it, I think.
So that's what my like primary creative output is right now, is that campaign.
Well, that's fun. How you meet like once a month or so, ish?
Every other week on
Gotcha.
Thursdays, which is why I can't do some streams every now and then.
Valuable
it's the only day that
time
works out for
spent.
most of the group. Yeah, is what it is.
No, I mean that genuinely when I say valuable time spent. I mean like good. D&D is like one of the things that is the hardest thing in the world to schedule, just infamously so. So
Yeah,
like, I
that's
do
true.
not, if that's ever a thing, do not ever feel even slightly bad about not being available for it, even if it is on one of the days that we specifically do that. Like, but it's like someone's got like work or whatever, that makes me like disappointed or whatever, that like, oh, we can't line up because someone's working. But if it's like D&D or something fun like that, like fuck it, whatever, that's life. You get to live your life and do other fun things other than me roping you into the streams shit that I just kind of started doing.
Scheduling is hard.
Right.
Scheduling is
That
so
also
hard.
is why it's every other instead of every week. It's one reason so I can do streams more often, because that's also a hard thing to schedule. How was that?
Oh.
A low flying plane just went by.
Oh. I should start getting some like NES soundtracks to start playing during the loading screens again. I'll take suggestions if I decide to do that.
Not gonna play Sonic Adventure 2 on loading screens this time?
Oh man, if I could convince my computer to do that, I would. I do have my GameCube handy. I could do a route of Shadow the Hedgehog. That would take a little bit of setting up to do. Well, that said, Rockman, because you don't really schedule those kind of things, it means that you are #1 most common chatter, and that might sound like a jab at like, wow, get a load of this guy. All he does is hang around and watch, but like genuinely having like that one constant person in the chat, both in this chat and like CATV's chat, is like genuinely like really, it's like grounding in a way.
Yeah.
And it's appreciated. And I hope it's also just fun and fulfilling for you as a viewer. Because otherwise you're just, then you're essentially just like moderating a chat but not getting paid to do it, and also not doing any actual moderating. You're just kind of hanging out and watching things. Conversation has gone several places in this stream because there's been so much nothing happening in between loading screens.
Yeah. Like, a lot of this game is fairly repetitive.
Yeah. And again, it wouldn't be so bad if I was playing it in a context that didn't require it to load so long in between. This is a very good pick up and play type game, but machine gunning it out for a stream series is not exactly my typical
Yeah.
Jesus, 10 orbs. 10 orbs. All right. Let's do the Tails challenges, and then I'll make up my mind if I want to keep playing for the night. Alright, Shadow. Will the loading screen crash?
Let's find out.
Let's
One's
go again.
on. It's gonna be okay this time.
Oh, fucking duh. Seeing the big, like, portals in the sky in the preview thing just reminded me. An obvious choice for the fucking rings, the warp rings in, Sonic Cross Worlds. Fucking just cyberspace. Send me to cyberspace. Make me escape the loop. Give me that weirdo, trippy chemical plant, like, double helix throughout the entire goddamn sky. Do the weird shit. I want weird shit in Sonic Cross Worlds, please.
I love funky, weird dreamscape like physicality. It's so cool to just mess with perception like that.
You can only go to cyberspace Green Hill. Damn it. Well, at least if it's cyberspace Green Hill, at least it's going to be more interesting than just going to regular Green Hill.
Yeah.
Even regular Green Hill has like loop-de-loops and shit. Where one guy is playing everything, as in one guy doing a multi-track of him playing everything at various points, or like him playing everything simultaneously. Like a one-man band.
One-man band run.
One-man band revolving. And also no. In case my asking that question didn't make it clear. What is that undulating thing behind me? That's a jellyfish.
Why is that there?
Ooh. Oh. He cloned himself? Well, dang. How am I supposed to compete? Yeah, I've been...
Really not fair, you're right.
I've been competing, considering... I meant to do Chaos Control first. Oh! No. I've been considering making starting a channel just to do music content. And part of that may or may not have something to do with the fact that I bought a French horn for like $2,500. But you know, that's a responsible thing to do with my money. I can do what I want. And also, I was buying it off of one of my teachers and not, like, the company, which is, you know, good for me. Not that I can't get a decent discount on it if I did buy it new. But, and I just like the idea of recording my own music on YouTube, or like for YouTube things. Ah, no, Shadow!
Not yet.
Not here.
Damn, not here. Oh, that was on me. I didn't aim down. It'd probably be called something like Clues Tunes or something. So, I was...
Blue's Clues.
Yeah. What? Yep. It is a little strange that, whoa! It is a little strange that the timer isn't restricted when you're in Chaos Control in this game, even though Shadow in this game released after Shadow Generations, where using Chaos Control will very specifically pause the timer. And getting S ranks in that game is fairly easy as a result, but it was really easy in base Generations anyway, so, like, not much has changed there. But, like, the whole idea is that you're stopping time, right? So it's like...
Yeah.
Got it. Tuneless Anonymous? That's the exact opposite of the impression I wanted to have.
Not bad.
Tune full.
Only came out a month after Shadow Gens. Well, then it implies to me that it was in development at the same time, so they would probably have been aware of it. It's not like they're working completely disconnected from each other. Cry? No.
Cry about it.
I should really replay Shadow Generations campaign. I genuinely considered a little while ago just replaying Shadow Generations before I realized how close we were to actually just getting to it in the marathon normally, and I was like, why would I do that? Ah! 27! What happens first? Do we reach the 3 hour mark, or do we reach 30 crashes? Because either way, when one of those two things happens, we're ending the stream. Because I am sort of tired. Both of this game's shenanigans and also of just generally speaking.
Sleepy.
Eepy. Good night, Gomez. Thank you for hanging out. Why are these Tails challenges? I don't... Why? Why not, like, Orbot and Qbot's challenges or something?
Because they're on the run.
From the law.
From the law.
Or, like, Dr. Crabulus's challenges. What? What was that? Why did... Next reward, Amy's excited face. Love that. Well, Qbot doesn't have challenges. He has green globs. I remember... I know that there was, like, some actual context to that, but just the conceit of that being, like, Qbot's whole thing being his green glob attack is so funny to me. It's such a specific thing. You know what I just realized by virtue of having my 3DS on my desk as well as the Wii U gamepad from the Wii U that I still haven't moved back downstairs.
Yeah.
The power supply for or like the power like the charging port for both of them is like almost identical. Like the shape is exactly the same. But the Wii U's is wider. And it just made me realize, like, man, it'd be way easier to easily charge, like, a gamepad if it had the same battery port, or, like, the charging port as the 3DS. Because people would, oh my god, crash number 28. We might actually hit 30 before we hit 3 hours. I think I have vague recollections of this video, or at the very least this meme, that you might be referring to, Dachi. But please do send it my way. Alright, let's try playing as someone other than Shadow. Maybe that'll get the game to not crash. Any day now! I don't have anything else I can say during these loading screens. I don't know what you want from me. Well, I know what I want. I want the game to finish fucking loading. I guess I'll just point to the sign while I wait. Fuck Apple Arcade. I hate that. Oh my god. One more try. How long have these times have been to 06? I haven't, but we can start doing that. Orbot doesn't have blood, Dachi. Silly goose. Oh. Well, no. My statement still stands true. He doesn't have anyone's blood. He just doesn't have blood. He's not allowed. Alright, we'll try this one instead, because maybe the fact that it's a different stage than Ego City. Maybe the game just doesn't like Ego City. Oh my god. Well, I want to try one more thing. I don't want to end on a fucking crash. That'd be shit.
We can't end on the loss.
We can't end on a loss. I mean, I am tired of this game doing this shit as well, so, like... Yeah, honestly, it's entirely possible I won't even be able to stream the new Shadow levels, because the game has had a markedly harder time running the post-launch content than it has any of the base game stuff. I will try it one more time. I did intend on just doing a regular stage and getting another orb and then calling it there, but then I just went into here by default. And so I guess, yeah, I guess crashing the game is the note we're going to go out on. Thanks, everyone. Fuck Apple Arcade. All my homies hate Apple Arcade. Thanks for hanging out. As long as it's still a sane hour of the night, I'm actually going to check my list of people that I can possibly raid. Just to see if there's someone that I'd want to give some ups to. Some nightmares as seasoning. Let's raid. We're gonna raid BitNerd Games, aka Derek Bittner. He's playing Star Fox Assault. So, and apparently it's my 23-month sub anniversary, and I completely forgot that I was still like actively subscribing to him. But yeah, we're gonna swing by and actually, is he wrapping up? Whatever. Starting to raid. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you on Saturday for something. Night. Bye bye.